Hi everyone. Okay, today we are going to learn about the introduction to random variable. So random variable is a real valued function defined over a sample space. There are two types of random variable, discrete and continuous. Basically, a random variable is a function on a sample space with two properties. The first one is the values are assumed to be real numbers. So it should be numbers. And then for every real number x, the probability of the value of the function is less than or equal to x. Can be calculated. So that's the rule. So let's discuss about random variable. We are going to conclude what we learned in the introduction right here. So we have random variable. There are two types. The first one is discrete. Sometimes we call it as distinct value, or sometimes whole number. And another one we have continuous. So for continuous, so let's discuss about the example. The first one, for example, the number of students who goes to the library every day. So in this case, we can get the value. Maybe in a day, there might be 100 or 200 students who loves to go to the library. But then for continuous, let's say time taken to read a book. So this one depends on individual. You can get it maybe in 1 hour. So the number is interval. Sometimes we will get 1 hour, 50 minutes, 20 seconds. But then for discrete, you only get whole number. For example, maybe there are only 20 students who goes to the library, or maybe 35 students. So the number is whole, 1 or 2, or we can say it is distinct, maybe 30 students, maybe 35. So we are going to focus on discrete random variable for this chapter. So the first one, a random variable y is said to be discrete if it can only assume a finite or countably infinite number of distinct values. So for example, we can see that variable y is the number of students who loves to go to the library. In a certain time period. So the number of students is something finite number. So that means in a day, there should be maybe about 100 or 200 students who loves to go to the library. So the number is finite, and you can possibly calculate the number. So in this chapter, random number is denoted by capital letter. So whenever you see y or capital letter y, x or z, it means that it is a random number. But then the value they take are denoted by lowercase. So right here we have definition 3.3. Probability of getting random number y equals to the value y. So this is the random variables, and then this is the value taken for the random values. Sometimes we only write it as probability of getting y. So this is small letter, so that means the value of the random variable. Okay, so another example is that when you toss a die, you can have the sample space you can have is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 6 possible values. So the possible values that you are going to get when you toss a die is only from 1 up to 6. So the value is distinct, or sometimes we call it as a whole number. So in this case, this is what we call as discrete random variable. So when you toss a die, the number that you get is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 is different from 2, is different from 3. All the values that we are going to get is distinct from one another. So this is discrete random variable.